Get ready with me to get a tattoo for one of my books. Okay, no, but seriously, I am getting a tattoo today, and it is, in some ways, for Project / my dystopian trilogy that will hopefully also be my debut novel. Well, below will be my debut novel, which is book 1, which we are currently revising, as you guys may or may not know. And yes, I literally am getting ready. I'm not actually doing a get ready with me, but like, there's a reason I'm coming to you looking like this. Yeah, it's because I'm mid makeup moment and my hair is wet because I showered, and you know, it's just the way things are today. I'm a little bit nervous and scattered because I've spent the week working and doing school, and I haven't got to think about my tattoo very much. Like whoa, I've been thinking about it a lot, but like the logistics of it, that's a whole nother ball game. But I do want to take some time to explain to you the actual meaning of the tattoo before we get into the like book related meaning. So I've wanted this tattoo since I was 15, and obviously that was before the time of Project / I was very much a writer then, but I almost might have even been 14. Like, it was literally when I started using Pinterest. But the original idea for this moth tattoo was actually for my dad, and it is still primarily for my dad, okay? So parents, if you're watching this, or anyone in my life, like, you might hear me say, yeah, this is for my dad. Like, it's not a blanket statement, so I don't have to explain my books to people. Like, it genuinely is a tattoo for my dad, okay? So I just want to get that disclaimer out of the way right now before we start talking about the bookish relations of the tattoo, because I like to have multiple meanings to my tattoo. Like, this obviously has a meaning, it's 777, but it's also like good luck, and I love that it's on the back of my arm. Plus I have art which has a million different interpretive meanings. And then this, the moth that I'm getting, I'm not going to show you the design yet just because it's going to be a reveal later on in the video. My dad actually has like a fear of moths, and I've always wanted to get this tattoo for him because he, honestly, it's still writing related even if it was just for him, minus the dystopian book like relations it has. But he actually has a fear of moths, and the reason I want to get a tattoo for him, this is gonna get pretty sappy, but I truly believe I get all of my creative inspiration from him. I get the artistic side of myself from him. I get a lot of my weird traits from him, my like humor, my creativity, most importantly, and my art passions. Like, growing up, it was even like, I don't know, every area of art, and he's done it all in his life. Like, he was in a band growing up, and I was in music extremely in like high school and elementary school. He like enjoys the acting side of it, and I literally have done all of the arts in my life, and he was literally the one to inspire me through all of that, even like visual art, like drawing. He is super talented with that, and I just really want to get a tattoo for him. I'm gonna get one for my mom as well, and it's not so that there's a matching set, but like, I have my own reasons for getting one for her that we'll discuss one day once we actually are getting that tattoo. But it is going to be like a snake, because she's very, very, very afraid of snakes, and I don't know, I just think it's very ironic that I'm like getting their fears tattooed on me. But let's get into the moth book meaning, because as much as it is a tattoo for my dad primarily, he also knows that there's like book relations with it. I don't know how else to describe that to you guys. It has something to do with my dystopian trilogy, which is like a newer meaning that it's collected. And honestly, I just love having the multiple meanings, just because not all tattoos have to have meaning, but for me personally, I like them to have like at least some connection to my character, you know what I mean? So let's talk about moth. However, I do still need to be getting ready. Like, I'm not joking, this is bad. I have so much work to do, and I'm dilly-dallying now, so I really need to do my makeup. But I'm gonna try and talk at the same time, which I'm not good at. Anyway, I wanted to kind of preface by saying you guys may have heard me talk about moths before, even my character Moth. And I remember on a live specifically, we were talking about how we were calling you guys like the moth, so the moth you. I am naming the moth you, by the way, because that's hilarious. And we were talking about tattoos as well. I've talked about the meaning and significance of tattoos in the project / trilogy so many times, but you'd kind of think like, oh, Fiona, if you wanted like a project / tattoo, why wouldn't you get one for like June or Lord, or like, I don't know. But that's not my intention here. My intention is to get the moth tattoo. Plus, I have many of my book related tattoos to come in the future. So there is a reason why moth is going on my arm forever today. And it's because, well, I just think there's a lot of value in side characters. And when people don't give meaning to their side characters, it really bothers me, because having just like throwaway archetypes in your book is just honestly dumb. So I really wanted to make Moth a focal point of the trilogy. You may have heard me talk about her a couple of times. She is so special, and she symbolizes a lot of those things that my dad also stands for, which is the importance of art, the importance of being yourself, even when your circumstances don't align with that. And that's something I've always growing up loved. I'm literally wearing a shirt right now that says weird in huge letters. Like, she does not fit any stereotype. She does not conform to any boundary in terms of her self-expression, her personality, and she also loves art, all of the arts, which obviously you guys know I appreciate. So Moth actually has, sorry if it keeps going blurry, I'm like on cinematic, so sorry about that, but Moth actually has a moth tattoo, and it's from her girlfriend Navy, and Navy actually does all of the tattoos in the series, which I think is super fun. It's also like an undercover thing, like she's very much not allowed to do it, and it's what really fortifies her connection with Lord, which is incredibly important to the series. Another side character dynamic that is proved to be very important. But regardless, I don't know, it's hard because the tattoo is for my dad, and that's why I love it so much, but I can't deny that it's also very much connected to my book, right? So it's just very cool that it has those two separate meanings, and that I can have Moth with me in my own way. So yeah, it's something I've been really looking forward to again forever. Like, I very much thought a moth would be my first tattoo, but I couldn't settle on a design I liked, but I now have, which literally happened like 5 days ago. So yeah, I'm super unprepared, as you can see. I did have some that like I liked, they just weren't perfect, and obviously if you're getting something on your body for the rest of your life, you kind of want it to be more perfect. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys once I'm actually ready for the day. We'll talk a little bit more about the tattoos I want to get for my books, and then later in the video you guys will see the tattoo and my experience with it and the design that I chose. Wait, I was doing my like mascara, and I was thinking about like the actual meaning of a moth tattoo, which is another reason why I'm getting it. Like, obviously you guys might know, like, I don't know, moths are sometimes like called like the ugly butterflies. That's heavily why I named the character Moth, because she's not ugly, don't get me wrong, like that's not what I was trying to say. It's like she's just different, you know, and her difference is what makes her so special and so helpful in the rebellion. And that is like literally this theme of the book, is like your difference is your power. So yeah, I wanted to like say that. Plus they are drawn to like light, which is not really relevant to me like as much, because I'm not an optimist really. I try to be, but yeah, they are like drawn to flames and light, which is cool. There's like a poem, no, not a poem, like a poetic short little snippet that kind of you can find on TikTok and the media, of little moth who is drawn to the moon, and the moon kind of tells her like you're special and you don't have to shy away from the light just because you look different and you are different from the butterflies. So yeah, that's another little cute thing that I love about moths. I've always loved them. You guys might know in my other room back at home I had a moth tapestry. I'm also not trying to justify my tattoo, by the way. There's just so many stories that I want to share about it, including my own novels. So yeah, can't wait to share the actual thing with you. I'm starting to realize how incredibly out there this video is. I'm not sure if I've ever seen anyone do this, like the actual tattoo or the video, but not like the moth tattoo. I mean like getting a tattoo for their book. I'm sure people have, especially like established authors, but I mean just on authortube. Anyway, I am trying to find a stupid little like drawing I made a really long time ago of like all the tattoos I want, so I could show you guys the highlights of like the book related ones and like basically the plans, but I think it's also gonna need some updating, so let's do that. Basically, I drew out this like rough outline. It's on these mannequins, so I probably shouldn't show like the full thing, but essentially the angel number I have and the art were like the top two that I like absolutely knew that I was gonna get. They're also a safe choice because they're very small, and the positioning of them is just like, I don't know, it's not in the way of anything. Like I can still get stuff here, etc. The next tattoo I'm absolutely getting after this one obviously is a series of unfortunate events tattoo. It's gonna be the VFDI on my ankle. I just know I want that tattoo because I love that series so much. Literally, like, the book is up on my wall. I am obsessed. It not only is amazing in terms of like the story, the characters, everything, but it definitely inspired my entire career and future from an extremely young age. It was like the first book series I had ever fully read and connected with and wanted to then become a writer because of. So yeah, that's a super important one. And also I just think if I saw somebody with that tattoo, I would think they were the coolest person on earth. So hopefully one day I meet somebody who can connect with that one. And then I really want a dragon. I will know I want it here on my left shoulder. I don't yet know if the moth is going on my left arm or my right arm. Part of me is tempted to leave one arm blank for like the foreseeable future, just because, I don't know, then half of me isn't tattooed and half of me is. But yeah, I don't have anything against tattoos, obviously. I'm literally getting a million of them, but I don't know, since I'm still young, it just feels like the smart choice to make. But I don't know, the dragon is one I really, really want. I'll put a picture here of the sketch I found that I want somebody to convert into a tattoo. And yeah, that's for books, fiction, specifically my like series, Something Nameless, or the Nameless series that is. But it's not necessarily like one of the dragons, it's just like a dragon, because dragons for me symbolize like everything that isn't real, but we still kind of like respect it as if it's real, if that makes sense, in books. Like dragons are such a common thing to see in fiction, but like they're not real, right? So I don't know, I've always wanted that one, absolutely sure of it. I'm obsessed. And then one day I really want to get, this is not writing related, I really want to get stars on like my lower stomach, I don't know, like around my belly button, like 1 2 3 1 2 3 basically. But I'm really hesitant to do that because I do want kids, and I don't like, I want to have pregnancies, I mean, so like I don't know how that would really work with the stretching and stuff. I would need to like talk to somebody who's had a tattoo on their stomach and then had kids, like pregnancies. So yeah, I will figure that out one day. But I'm obsessed with that. I think it's so cute, but honestly it might just be like a Fiona's Youth type of want, so I'm not gonna do that one anytime soon. I also really want to get wings on my back. I haven't decided if I want them to be dragon wings yet or if I want them to be fairy wings. I think fairy wings is what I'm more leaning towards, or some sort of in between. That would be really cool. But again, I'm also considering doing a full dragon piece on my back, so that would compromise the shoulder a little bit because I don't really want 2 dragon pieces, to be honest. The dragon head is one that I've wanted forever, but so is the back tattoo. So that's where I'm gonna have to think for several more years about that one. I don't plan on getting something that big anytime soon just because of my financial situation. Like, I literally saved the cash for this tattoo today since June from my crochet market. So yeah, I definitely don't have the funds to do like a giant back piece or shoulder piece right now, but I would love to one day. Anyway, I also, like I said, I want to get a snake for my mom one day, but I've never found a design that I really love. I do want a wraparound snake tattoo, not gonna lie, but my boyfriend does have one of those, so it feels very wrong to get one. Just like, I don't know, I don't want it to be like a matching tattoo with us. That's not appropriate at our age. Um, but I've always wanted that, so it's very ironic that he has one. But anyway, I'm not gonna do it again anytime soon, but I do know I want that for her or something for her, but it's always been the snake. It's just what makes sense. And then some sister tattoos. I have a twin sister. Me and Shay have played around with Barbie tattoos. There's like the 12 Dancing Princesses, little like tiles on the floor. That's very niche. If you know, you know. Why can't I think of the name? The Diamond Castle heart necklace as well is one that we've thought of. And then we also like the bleeding heart flowers or plant, because there's a long story that goes with that. But I don't know. I also want to do sun and moon with her one day, and I'm thinking the moon would be on this shoulder, like the one without the dragon, but I don't know if she's down. Like, I know she is, but we haven't found a design we like, and also I think we're gonna do that later down the line. But anyway, there's one more family related one that I have, other than like when I have kids one day, because obviously I'm gonna get something for them, but it's my mom's maiden name. I want to get that with a couple of my family members just because, I don't know, there's a lot of personal story that goes into that, but I just connect with that name a lot, and I want it on me in a specific font that's like from a business that side of the family owned for a long time, so that's pretty cool. And then I have another one that I am blanking on. I've been playing around with June's dagger from Project Slash from like below, basically. She has a dagger with a loop on the end, and my dad actually drew it for me, and I've been seeing some really cool like dagger sword art, and I want it kind of on my forearm, to be honest, which is why I need to think long and hard about the moth placement I'm literally getting today, because the sword is kind of dependent on that, right? So I don't really know, but I really wanted to do for the longest time this whole arm for my books and this whole arm for me and my family. So I don't really know what I'm gonna do because the moth fits into both of those categories, and also I don't know if I need themed arms, but like I really want to do themed arms, so I don't know. But anyway, I don't know, there's a lot that goes into this. Obviously I really want a lower back tattoo as well, but I don't know what it's gonna be yet, so we're gonna save that for one day down the line. And I want one for my cat Jude. I would get one for Jude and Vidya, but my sister is getting one for Vidya, so I think it makes sense for me to get one for Jude. And yeah, she literally is like my life. Both of those girls are my life, but like me and Jude have a very special connection, if that makes sense. So something for Jude as well one day. But again, this sounds like a lot, doesn't it? But like these tattoos have remained so consistent in my plans since my childhood, so like a lot of them, yeah, I've added as I get older, but that's just what makes sense because I obviously couldn't get tattoos when I was a kid. But yeah, the dragon is one I'm so excited about, and obviously this moth has been like years in the making, literally years in the making. But yeah, I've also played around with doing, I feel like I keep saying that, but with doing lightning for Lord, because he has lightning all over him for June. I've also played around with doing a June bug with my moth for like Moth in June, which would be cute, but I don't know. Those are like just some hypotheticals that like if one day I want to fill in a gap, or I don't know, go crazy with the book kind of themes, I will do it. But again, like, I don't know, it's hard to say because like while this is my debut series, I don't want to dedicate my entire body to it, you know what I mean? Even though I dedicate my entire brain to it. But like I have 10 plus completed projects and many whips. Like what if I want to showcase some of them, you know? It sounds like a lot, but also like this is all a canvas, so I can do what I want with it, and I can't wait to. And yeah, today is one more step in that process. One more thing I meant to mention to you guys earlier is that I just love tattoos because they're literally just like art on your body. And again, I've talked about art so much on this channel and how much I love it. I literally have the word on my arm. We get it. But I just remembered another tattoo I want, by the way. It's a Harry Potter one. It's the Flying Key. That's another twin one. Me and Shay both want it. Sorry, that was crazy, the amount of tangent and yapping. But anyway, I am going to an artist today that I've never been to. It's at the same studio I go to, like for these ones, but she is my age. She's 20. And for a while that kind of scared me, to be honest, because I feel like I'm not old enough to be a tattoo artist, even though I don't want to be or never could be because I'm not talented like that. But yeah, seems very cool, and I love to support other young people in their dreams. And the fact that, I don't know, both of the artists now that I'm going to be going to are just like young female entrepreneurs in my city. It's just really cool, and I love that I get to have their art on me for the rest of my life. I think that adds to the experience for me personally. But yeah, I am so excited to see how it turns out. This is my first tattoo where I don't have a clear picture in my mind of exactly what it's gonna look like, because like I have an image, but I'm gonna ask for it a little lighter than the image. You'll see what I mean later when I show you guys. But yeah, I'm super excited to see my best friend. She's coming to also get a tattoo and hang out with her and my sister, and to meet the tattoo artist, and to get to go to the cute studio and all that. I'm just so excited. So I'll catch you once we're like doing this. Also, this might change later on today, but tattoos do not hurt. If anyone tells, well, that's not true. I'm gonna let everyone have their own opinion. But like small tattoos are not painful. Like it literally, to me, it feels like you have a mechanical pencil from like elementary school and you're just like drawing on yourself with it. I used to do that a lot. I don't know if anyone else did. But like it genuinely just feels like someone took like a sharp pencil or pen and is drawing on you. That's what it feels like to me, with vibration. Like I don't know if that's just me, but like obviously once they go over it a bunch, like with this one, it started to sting, but like it's nothing like I want to jerk my arm away. Like you just have to be neutral. I don't know. I think women also deal with tattoos a lot better than men, but that's a story for another day. Anyway, I don't like that there's like this huge like tattoos are painful. Like yeah, it's a needle in your arm, but like, or wherever, but it's not that bad, guys. I promise. Don't be afraid of the pain. Don't let that stop you. Don't let that stop you. But I'll let you know the pain scale later, even though that's not something I think about at all. I was super nervous for this one, like my first, but it was just because I didn't know what it was gonna feel like. I don't like the unexpected. Anyway, I gotta stop talking. I love you guys. See you soon. Hey guys, we are back, and it's actually the next day. I am gonna show you the finished moth tattoo, and I'm so excited about it. You guys saw the stencil already in the b-roll, but like you haven't seen the final product, so I can show you right about now. It's very inky right now. Like I'll show you on my arm, and then I'll show you the pictures of it when it didn't have the second skin on it, when it didn't have all the ink, you know. So yeah, here you go. Oh wow, you really can't see it at all. That's fabulous. Oh, but here is a picture of it. I love it so much, and honestly, do I think this is the exact one that Moth the character would get? No, I think she has a more simple moth tattoo personally. Like I picture that for her, but this one's very Fiona, and although Moth technically is Fiona, she's not at the same time. Also, the like handwriting, I would say, is like a 4 out of 10. We were just like chatting the whole time, and I literally didn't even notice it was going on. Like, I didn't even notice she was doing it. Most of the time I was just like, it did not hurt. The only thing that was uncomfortable was like my arm fell asleep. We were doing it for about 2 hours, and yeah, it was honestly a good experience. Like 10 out of 10 would recommend. So yeah, I chose it for the arm that doesn't have any tattoos yet, and I love it very, 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 very much. And that's the end of this video. So I hope you liked listening to me yap about tattoos and my books and the future of all that. So yeah, I'm really happy, and this was a very fun, quick little video to film. So yeah, I love you, happy writing, and I'm gonna go work on my book. So yeah, gonna go see Moth, June, Navy, Flint, and Lord, my favorite people. Okay, bye bye guys, I love you so much.